Trey's Cartman, although I did grow up with the real Cartman, and early Cartman voices. Some people have said were like making fun of my voice. Maybe that's possible. I think Cartman has is mostly really Trey. Ultimately, is just another side of Trey, especially how the character has emerged over the years. It's just really definitely a part of Trey's overall makeup. I think that character lives inside of him. But yes, I definitely influenced that character. And then I grew up with a guy named Matt Cartman in high school, and so the whole way that the Cartman name emerged was based on my friend Matt Cartman. We're watching American football, right, and the Super Bowl, and I'm a big 49ers fan. Trey, Matt, they're of course Denver Bronco fans, and so just during our couch surfing time, and it was a Super Bowl, and the 49ers were playing the San Diego Chargers, and Trey during our couch surfing. This leg, we were staying at my mom's place in Mill Valley, California. A friend of mine, Brian's, having a Super Bowl party. We'll go over there, and Trey's tagging along with me, but he hates the 49ers. He's sort of sitting in the corner, and he's working on his South Park pilot script, and he's got this part called the Fat Kid, but doesn't know what's called the Fat Kid, and so we're watching the Niner game. The Niners are blowing out the Chargers, right? We get 2 touchdowns. Everyone's up high-fiving. The third touchdown comes around, and Cartman's in the front. And he jumps up to high-five everybody, and someone's like, "Shut up, Cartman," or, "Fuck you, Cartman." And Cartman comes back with something, and then Trey in the corner goes, "Cartman, that's perfect. That's the perfect name for the Fat Kid." And the real Cartman and Trey already knew each other. We'd had some fun together. And so Cartman was like, "Fuck you," and he just he goes right at Trey. And then Trey and Cartman going back and forth, because Cartman was like the small. He was the younger brother. He was smaller. He's a little late to puberty and to kind of get big and strong. So he was always the little brother, but he was the guy that could talk back, and basically he had just such a sharp tongue. He could always cut you down, even though he's the little one. So, and he would have upperclassmen rip on him, but he would just rip right back. And that would just always blow things up as it would in the world of Cartman. And so as Cartman sparred with Trey, that just cemented the character. It was just like, oh my God, this is thank you. This is perfect. And so it was just cemented. And the real Cartman is spelled Karp, like the fish, but Trey heard it as Cartman, Cart, like a cart. And anyway, that was quickly cemented as Cartman from that day forward.
You still in touch with that guy to this day?
Sadly, okay, this is where it's got a sad ending here. Cartman passed away this year. So,
oh, no way.
I'm really sorry to tell you this. He was such an amazing guy, but he got ALS early. He was, I don't know much about ALS, but he played, and I don't know if this is possible, but Cartman was a late bloomer. He was a really good lacrosse player. And so he was playing lacrosse in his 50s, and he got a concussion. And I think that's what triggered ALS. But my stepdad, who's a doctor, said that's not really possible. But anyway, he got ALS in his early 50s and sadly passed away this year. And it's been heart-wrenching. And Trey and Matt, when this came up, we did a GoFundMe, and Trey and Matt donated some money and all these things. But he just passed away this year. So the sad ending, R.I.P. Cartman. He's amazing. And he really, I don't know, he had the fire and the zest, and he was a great family man, and can't say enough good things about the real Cartman.
Yeah, and he lives on forever in South Park, the TV show. And ALS as well. One of the last people I talked to was Ronnie from the Muffs, and Kim, the singer of the Muffs, she died from ALS not long back as well. So
gnarly. It's gnarly. Hopefully, I figure that one out, because it's brutal. I've had a couple other friends who've had loved ones go down that way, and it's not. I mean, the only good thing I can say is that it's sort of like a death sentence, and so you have that time in the last 2 years to go and make your goodbyes and make the most of it. So that was the kind of one good thing. I got to in this. Actually, it's not in this, but it's I already written the sequel to this that I haven't released yet. But in the beginning of the sequel, I tell that story I just told you about the Super Bowl, and the whole sort of like way Cartman character started. I go the in depth on it, and I got to read that to Cartman and to some friends who were doing a little hang with them last year. um, so that was kind of cool. Trey's mostly Cartman, but the real Cartman, he definitely added to it early on, for sure, for sure.
We got that perfectly. That really does explain why Trey Parker keeps trying to exterminate the Jews.
Exactly, exactly. Although the real
Okay.
Cartman was Jewish. The real Cartman was Jewish.
Oh, that's
He's
interesting.
a the real Cartman is a. Well, I mean, again, R.I.P. to real Cartman, but he was a ginger. He was a Jewish ginger lacrosse player. So